Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ratisa Kendra Martika. Throughout May 1918, protests were occurring at Medan, Jakarta, and Surakarta. The 1997 Asian financial crisis, which greatly affected Indonesian economy, were causing sad protests, in which the public cries for economic stability. Unfortunately, the unstable economy also exposed many corruption and incompetence plaguing Indonesia's government, which later would fuel anti-government sentiment. And because of that, almost every protest became violent, where clashes between police and the demonstrators were common. Uh, In these clashes, the police would employ many forms of riot control, when one of the methods is using tear gas for crowd dispersal. In general, tear gas is a non-lethal chemical weapon that can irritate its target. The common method to deploy it is by launching a canister filled with tear gas to a crowd that will disperse the chemical, forcing the crowd to flee from an area. The chemical commonly used as tear gas are codenamed CS, CN, and CR. The tear gas, despite its name, is not actually a gas, but instead an aerosol. An aerosol is a liquid suspended in gas. Picture it like a perfume mist. The effect after you are exposed typically begin after 20 to 60 seconds, and those effects are as follows. Your eyes would feel like it is burning, so it will begin producing tears, and that's where the name tear gas comes from. Side effect will also cause you to be blind temporarily. The gas will also irritate your throat and your mouth, causing you to cough excessively. And because you're also inhaling the gas, you would start to feel nauseous. Combined, all of these unpleasant effects will cause you to be panicked and run away. All of these effects would still be present even after you are away from exposure. On average, the effect will be gone after 60 minutes of being removed from said exposure. Even though tear gas is said to be non-lethal, repeated exposure or exposure on a high concentration are observed to be lethal, as it still damages the eye, the respiratory system, the mucous membrane, and the skin, which can cause complications that could result in illnesses or even death. In addition, error in usage, such as using expired chemical or improperly using it, could increase its lethality, as it is already happened in some instances. That said, it has been a debated topic whether the usage of tear gas or any kind of chemical weapon is even ethical. Even before the extensive use of chemical weapons in World War One, many speculated the possible devastation caused by the reckless usage of said weapon. Because of that, there was an attempt to convince everyone to stop producing and using chemical weapons. The earliest of such attempts are Hague Convention of 1889 and 1907, in which the restriction is written in Article 33. But then World War I happened, and many of the speculation are proven to be true, and many people were unfortunate enough to witness it firsthand. As a reaction, the Geneva Protocol, which is from in 1920 passed, and has been signed by 133 nations now, restrict its usage in warfare. Ironically, its restriction only applies to warfare, but not law enforcement. Even the latest convention the Chemical Weapon Convention, the CWC, allow its usage for domestic riot control. In conclusion, tear gas is a controversial weapon due to its relative harm, as it is not dangerous enough to be banned, but still causes enough harm to some people. Even in military training, soldiers are intentionally exposed to tear gas as part of their training. In the end, every weapon needs a person to fire it. The problems are on the people. Why resort to violence when a peaceful way is feasible? May 1988 riot has transitioned Indonesia from an authoritarian dictatorship that used its weapon indiscriminately for its own selfish gain to a more democratic government that will use its weapon more responsibly and for the betterment of the people. Nevertheless, we should still aim for the future where no weapon is needed. Thank you for listening to my presentation. If you do find anything not quite in good way, I sincerely apologize. And as always, good evening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.